There are great Fortnite seasons. Then there's also Season 4. The moment that changed everything. The season that rewrote Fortnite's history and set the stage for the biggest events ever seen in gaming. For a long time, the island was peaceful. Fortnite had its battles, its legends, its warriors, but the world remained untouched. Tilted towers stood tall. Pleasant Park was as quiet as ever. The skies stretched endlessly above, clear, calm, safe. Victory royales were fought for, but nothing ever truly threatened the world itself. Nothing ever changed. Until the sky did. At first, no one paid attention. Just a tiny flicker in the sky, a distant light, harmless. But day by day, that flicker grew, and with it, unease.
What did it sound like? Dude! Aim at it! Do you hear that? Weird.
It wasn't just a light anymore. It was a warning.
It's coming, dude. It's coming.
Something was coming. And then, the sky started to fall. No one knew why. No one knew where they came from. But everyone knew one thing. The island would never be the same again. And then, as the world held its breath, it happened. When the dust settled, the world changed. At the heart of the island, the meteor had left behind more than just destruction. It had brought something otherworldly. Buried deep within the crater was something, or someone. As chaos spread across the island, a new force emerged. Carbide, Valor, Battlehawk, defenders of the island, symbols of hope. With power came responsibility. A team was formed. A battle was coming. Sworn to defend the island, they had one mission: to stop what was coming. But they weren't the only ones preparing for war. From the shadows, something darker emerged. Something built for destruction. Omega, ruthless, unstoppable. A force of chaos, ready to claim the island as his own. But he wasn't alone. He had an army. Omen. Fate. Flytrap. A league of villains ready to bring the world to its knees. The battle lines were drawn. Skirmishes broke out across the island. Villains striking from the shadows. Heroes rising to stop them. Two leaders. Two visions for the island. One final battle to decide its fate. The consequences were catastrophic. The war escalated. Bases were raided. Cities fell under siege. And in the midst of the chaos, something far greater was about to unfold. While heroes and villains fought for control, something far more dangerous was stirring beneath their feet. The meteor was not just a rock, it was a prison. And inside, something had just woken up. Then one day, it happened. The prison had become an escape. The visitor was free. No one knew his purpose. No one knew why he came. But one thing was certain. He had a plan. The visitor worked in silence, taking over the villain's lair, reprogramming its technology. The island's greatest war had just ended, but he was preparing for something much bigger. Every move was deliberate, every calculation precise. This wasn't just an escape. The island thought the battle was over, but in reality, the real event hadn't even begun. Piece by piece, he built the machine that would change the island forever. Then, the countdown began. The world stood still, a moment that would be remembered forever. For a brief moment, it seemed like just another launch, a final goodbye to a visitor from the stars. But then, something changed. The air crackled. A pulse of energy rippled through the sky. This wasn't over. The rocket wasn't escaping. It was returning. The rocket was gone, but it had left something behind. A wound in the sky, unstable, unpredictable, and no one knew what would come next. The island had changed forever. The battle between heroes and villains no longer mattered. Now, they were facing something far beyond their understanding. Then the island started fighting back. Strange distortions, objects disappearing, others appearing where they didn't belong. Even the landmarks of the island weren't safe. Something was coming, something big. The visitor was gone. The war was over. But in the silence, the next chapter was waiting to begin. And then, without warning, the rift began to open.